Hey guys, thanks for stopping in. It's going to be a nice sunny day here in Northern California, so I think I'm going to cook some spare ribs on my Weber kettle. I needed some barbecue sauce, so I walked down to Andy's Produce in front of my house here, and I picked up some barbecue sauce. This is Woodstock organic barbecue sauce. Never seen this before, so today we're going back to Woodstock. So kick back, roll yourself a big fat sushi roll or something, and we'll go cook some ribs. I don't cook ribs that often because they're kind of expensive, but these were half price, so they had a one-day sale, I guess probably for Father's Day, so these were 6.9 pounds. I grabbed the biggest rack they had, so this was $10.28 for that rack. So I need to get it opened and put it on a tray, and then we'll season it. I'm going to try out my drink here. This Yerba Mate factory is right here in town in Sebastopol. So I kind of like these drinks. This one's Bluephoria. Let's try it out. It's not too bad. Far out, man. These are pretty good looking ribs here. Let me grab a paper towel. See if I can get the membrane off of there. If not, no biggie. These ribs are still pretty frozen, actually. Some of it's coming off. See if I can get this part. Hard to get a hold of this stuff. I don't know if it's better or worse when it's frozen. Okay, that looks pretty good. Now that I finally killed the one fly that was driving me crazy, let's season the ribs. I'm going to put a little olive oil on the outside. I like using oil because I think it helps keep the ribs from drying out a little bit more than, say, mustard or something like that. But I'm no expert. What do I know? So I'll just do this one side. Season this one side, and then I'm going to flip it over and do the exact same thing on the other side, but I won't bore you with that. Okay, I'm going to put a little bit of kosher salt. Now, the rub I'm using doesn't have much salt in it. Otherwise, I probably would not do this because a lot of these store-bought rubs are super salty sometimes. But this one here, Rib Rack, I bought that one at the Sprouts Market. Not very salty. I've used it a couple times and it's not very salty at all. So I also like onion powder, so I'm going to put a little onion powder on there. Okay, it's pretty good. Now I'll put the rub itself. I think this is mostly just paprika, which gives it a nice color, but it doesn't seem to really have a whole lot of flavor, this rub here. It's not a bad rub, it's just not, you know, tons of flavor. So that looks pretty good. Now I think I'll put some brown sugar on top of that. So get this rubbed in, then like I said, I'll just flip it. I don't think I got the fly, or either that or another one found its way in. Every time you get food out, there's always one fly that finds you. It drives you crazy. Alright, these are still a little frozen, so like I said, I'll do the other side, and while these are thawing out, I think it's time to light up a big old fat basket full of charcoal. We're getting there. At least it's not raining today. The last video I did was in the rain, but this will be the first rack of spare ribs that I've cooked with this Slow and Sear. I've only cooked one other rack of ribs, and that was baby backs, so I'm curious to see how these turn out. I think I'm all set here. I keep forgetting things, but I think I got it. I Have my charcoal basket filled up with just regular old Kingsford briquettes. Got just one end lit. Have my water reservoir filled up there. I'm just gonna get the lid on there and let this cook for a while. So have my vents on top about halfway, and they're about a quarter of the way open on the bottom. So I'll just keep an eye on them, and I'm planning to cook at between 225 and 250 degrees Fahrenheit. The ribs have been on here for 4 hours now, and I haven't opened the lid at all. It's been holding pretty steady. It started out at about 280, and it's got down as low as like in the 230s. So it's varied between like you know, that temperature range. It's at 264 now. It's been right around between 240 and 260 most of the time, but 4 hours is the longest I've cooked anything on here without opening the lid. So I'm going to try to let this go longer and see how it goes. Maybe I won't have to wrap these ribs if I just let them go a bit longer and then sauce them up. And just so you know, like I said, this is running 264, but the thermometer on the top of the grill says 360, so it's like 100 degrees difference. Of course, that's directly over the coals, and the heat rises. People have asked, well, what if I rotate the lid so it's not directly over the coals? You know, I've never actually tried that, but everyone says, you know, put your vents over the meat, but I've never actually tried reversing it and seeing how it actually works. I may have to try it sometime. Anyway, I'm gonna let this go a little longer, then we'll open it up and see how it looks. It's been 5.5 hours. That's the longest I've ever cooked anything on a grill. And I haven't opened the lid. The temperature's kind of dropping off. It's at 225 degrees. So I'm just hoping that it looks good when I open it. It smells really good, but I guess I'll just take the lid off and we shall see. Here we go. They look pretty good and they smell pretty good. I think I'm going to sauce them up. Grab my Woodstock sauce. This sauce, it's organic, it's no GMOs. It says slightly sweet with a kick. I tasted it, and it's kind of a vinegary sauce. It's not too sweet. I didn't taste any kick though, but I tasted it before I decided to put it on the ribs, because I figured, you know what, like I said, I don't cook ribs very often, so if I don't like the sauce, I'm not going to put it on here, because I don't want to spend all day cooking ribs and wreck them with bad tasting sauce. So anyway, let me maybe I should flip it over and see what the other side looks like here. Okay, grab my tongs. I'm no rib expert, so I don't know if you're supposed to do like a bend test or something like that. I don't know. But anyway, I'm just gonna flip them over. Probably burn myself like I usually do. All right, man. Okay, I'm gonna sauce up this side, and then I'll probably put the lid back on and let that sauce cook onto them a little bit, and then I will meet you guys inside for the taste test. Well, let's see how my hippie ribs turned out here. Grab my Kuma chef's knife. See if I can cut between a bone here. Probably not. Oh yeah, I think I got it. Look at that. Perfect! Alright, let's cut a rib off of here. See if I can find the other line here. Uh-oh, not so lucky that time. Come on, where's the... There we go. Okay. See how these are. I'm starving. Come on, baby. Hopefully these ribs turned out cool, far out, and funky. And they taste good too. Well, there they are. Looks pretty juicy. Let's grab a bite. All right, here we go. man, these turned out pretty darn good. And the best part about it was I didn't really even have to mess with them. I didn't wrap them with foil or anything like that. I just put them on there, filled up the Slow and Sear basket with charcoal. If you don't know what the Slow and Sear is, I'll put a link in the description if you want to take a look at it. But it's that basket that holds the charcoal, and it also has the water reservoir. But like I said, I let them go 5.5 hours. They're pretty tender. They're not falling off the bone, but they pull away from the bone pretty easily. The flavor is really good. I'm happy with them. I mean, like I said, I'm no rib expert. I eat them maybe once a year or something. So I am really happy with these. I think they turned out great. Thanks for watching, you guys, and I'll talk to you next time.